So you look at most people and they begin their day like a 5-alarm fire. They start checking their email, they start, hitting the ground running. And if you give yourself that 1 hour that I call the victory hour, free from distraction, free from interruption, what you're doing is you are building an inner core of undefeatability so that at 6 o'clock you feel fundamentally different. Your neurobiology is on fire. Your metabolic rate is higher, you know this. You're far more intentional, stronger, and energetic and creative by 6 o'clock. Then you go out into our messy world where there's confusion and you face challenges, but you're not busy being busy. You're focused on the few things that will get you to your Mount Everest.
This has really been one of the biggest life-changing things in my life, waking up early. Now, he mentions 5 a.m. I often wake up at 4 a.m. and then I work till 7. He speaks about 5 to 6. So I'm lucky enough to work from 4 to 7. And you'll see he mentions there running and then reflecting and then learning. I just learn. I read about things that excite me the most and where I want to be in a couple of years. So this is so important. If I could give one thing to my employees, one of the most important things to my employees is this: waking up a bit earlier to read and learn about the things that excite you the most in life.
One can have no smaller or greater mastery than mastery of oneself. Leonardo da Vinci. Well, one can find no better time to master oneself than between the hours of 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. Robin Sharma, author of the 5 a.m. Club, calls this hour your victory hour because it's the time of least distraction and greatest insight. The solitude, stillness, and silence that exists between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. allows you to do deep inner work and attain clarity, confidence, and calm in your life. In the 5 a.m. Club, Robin Sharma provides a 60-minute formula to accelerate your personal growth first thing in the morning. It's called the 20-20-20 plan. Spend your first 20 minutes sweating, your second 20 minutes reflecting, and your last 20 minutes growing. Here's why. When you sweat for 20 minutes by either pedaling on a spin bike, doing burpees in your bedroom, skipping rope in your living room, or going for a run outside, you open your internal pharmacy and flood your brain with a powerful smart drug. This smart drug contains brain-derived neurotropic factor, a natural protein that builds brain cells and forms stronger connection between brain cells so you can think sharper and learn faster. This smart drug also contains feel-good neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and norepinephrine, which help you focus and resist distraction. A pharmaceutical company would charge you thousands to take this drug, but you get to take the drug for free, if you can do 20 minutes of sweaty exercise. To ensure you get your sweat on at 5 a.m., go to sleep with your workout clothes on and workout shoes next to your bed. Have a workout playlist ready to go and your exercise planned the night before. When the clock strikes 5 a.m., roll out of bed and start exercising, because sweating makes you smarter. Now it's 5:20 a.m., and between 5:20 and 5:40, you reflect. Without proper reflection, you will drift through your day like a boat lost at sea. Life will push you in a random direction, and you will wake up one day wishing you'd taken control. With 20 minutes of daily reflection between 5:20 and 5:40, you can take control of your day and counteract the current of life. You, in effect, put a motor on your boat and propel yourself to where you want to be and who you want to be. Daily reflection between 5:20 and 5:40. You can take control of your day and counteract the current of life. You, in effect, put a motor on your boat and propel yourself to where you want to be and who you want to be. Get your motor going every morning by opening up a notebook and drawing a line down the middle and through the middle to split the page into 4 sections. Then write a question in each section. Section 1. What is great in my life? Section 2. What am I great at? Section 3. What do I want to be great at? And Section 4. What would make today great? I like to meditate on each question. When I answer what is great in my life, I fill my metaphorical motor with the premium fuel of gratitude. When I answer what am I great at, I fire up my motor by reflecting on my strengths and thinking of how I can be of value to others. When I answer, what do I want to be great at? I create an inspiring vision for my life that propels me forward. And when I answer, what would make today great? I adjust the rudder on the motor and steer myself towards the loved ones I want to spend time with and the passion projects I want to make progress on. Author Robin Sharma calls this last part a blueprint for a beautiful day. It's easy to create a blueprint for your day between 5:20 and 5:40 because the waters of your day are calm and your mind is alert and creative. Now it's 5:40, and between 5:40 a.m. and 6 a.m., you grow into the person you aspire to be by studying people who have achieved success. If you want to be a successful investor, start on a self-guided mentorship program by reading every book, annual letter, and interview from investors like Chamath Palihapitiya or Cathie Wood or Ray Dalio. Spend the last 20 minutes of your victory hour getting in their head and understanding how they think, as well as understanding what they do and don't do that makes them successful. At the end of every 20-minute morning growth session, it's hard to not be inspired and see new possibilities. Set a goal for yourself to adopt at least one new mindset or behavior after every 20-minute morning growth session, and soon you will evolve into someone who finds success. If you rise at 5 a.m. and execute the 20-20-20 formula, you will go into your day with incredible momentum and energy. But this energy will fade and your focus will waver if you don't execute the 930 plan. You need 5 sleep cycles each night to perform your best. The average sleep cycle is 90 minutes. Therefore, if you fall asleep at 9:30 p.m., you will complete your 5th sleep cycle right before waking up at 5 a.m. and feel fully refreshed. You feel refreshed after a full night's sleep because you give your brain a deep cleaning while you sleep. At night, while you sleep, your brain cells shrink to 60% of their typical size so that spinal fluid can flush out waste created in the brain during the day. Without a full 5-cycle cleaning, your brain cannot function optimally. Now, if you routinely stay up late and find it hard to go to sleep at 9:30, simply start forcing yourself to get up at 5 a.m., and your mind and body will crave sleep at 9:30 after a few days. You can make it a bit easier to fall asleep at 9:30 p.m. by turning off your devices and screens at 8 p.m. and doing a wind-down activity like reading or walking outside. In the end, Robin Sharma says, to have the results the top 5% of producers have, you must start doing what 95% of people are unwilling to do. 95% of people are unwilling to wake up at 5 a.m. to work on themselves. If you want uncommon results, you need uncommon habits. Getting out of a warm bed at 5 a.m. is never easy, but after the high you get, after 20 minutes of sweating, the clarity you get after 20 minutes of reflecting, and the inspiration you get after 20 minutes of learning and growing, you'll be thankful that you had the discipline to get out of bed at 5 a.m. and start your day. That was the core message that I gathered from the 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. Robin Sharma says, to have the results the top 5% of producers have, you must start doing what 95% of people are unwilling to do. 95% of people are unwilling to wake up at 5 a.m. to work on themselves. If you want uncommon results, you need uncommon habits.